Hi there, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Brandon T. Jones, and we'll just go ahead and start things off, getting right on outdoors to the Weather Center with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, I imagine it's still pretty wet out there in some capacity because it's been a very busy weather day this afternoon and morning.
Yeah, and that's perfectly right, Brandon. It is definitely wet in every single capacity that we can think of. Though the actual precipitation is still a light snowfall, though all the snow that fell on the ground earlier has melted at this point. In fact, the set here, there's a little bit of slush, but as soon as I touch it, it's like all water at that point. So yeah, things are starting to melt. Our winter weather advisories were allowed to expire at 10 a.m. in Spokane, but not elsewhere. They actually got extended to 1 p.m. for this area of Central Washington, Lincoln, Adams County. And Coeur d'Alene also had an extension of the winter weather advisory. The snow a little bit heavier, especially around Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene in the last hour. But notice how most of this is now sinking southward. There's still a little bit of some light flurries here in Spokane, but largely we're done with any snow accumulations. I think it actually just melts more than it falls for the rest of the day. Meanwhile, on the Palouse, the snow has been decently moderate, though it's 33 degrees in Pullman, so it's going to have a hard time sticking at that particular temperature. Just a wet, slushy remainder of the day. Meanwhile, the green is starting to become more and more apparent. From Moses Lake now through Ritzville, the rain is overtaking the region from west to east. So once we get deeper into the day, whatever snow did fall will melt. From here on out, the only snow issues would be over the Palouse, where it is still actively snowing, and into Shoshone County, the Silver Valley, Lookout Pass, expecting a little bit more of some weather impacts in terms of the snow today. Otherwise, we're transitioning into rain pretty quickly, and we'll show you exactly when that happens and what to expect moving forward, all coming up.
All right, Thomas, we'll check back in here with you in just a few moments. But of course, here on KREM 2, we've got you covered with the weather, and we've got you covered with the traffic. So let's go ahead and go back outdoors to the KREM 2 storm tracker. That's where we find KREM 2's Christian Garza. He's outside with a live look at the weather conditions. Christian, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Brandon. We are right now in a neighborhood here in Liberty Lake because obviously we know that I-90 is going to be mostly clear on the Wade Drive here. It was pretty bare, obviously wet roadways, but nothing that was stopping traffic or anything like that. But let me just show you exactly what I'm seeing here from our storm tracker. Really, conditions here in Liberty Lake, pretty bare, obviously very wet. There is snowflakes falling down from the sky right now, but once they hit that windshield, they look more like raindrops. So basically, that's kind of the conditions that we're looking at as we're traveling from Spokane over there to northern Idaho. We are going to be making our way to Coeur d'Alene too, just because, like Thomas was mentioning, those weather advisories have been extended just a little bit for that area. But we wanted to touch on Liberty Lake, and more so just kind of neighborhoods inside of Liberty Lake that are off of those major highways, just to show you guys what exactly those are looking like. If you didn't have a chance to experience those either on the way to work or dropping the kiddos off, this is kind of what you can expect as we're heading back from work or what have you later on tonight. As you can see, roadways very, very clear. Sideways, they are getting a little slushy, though I will say it's just that accumulation of snow that has since melted and pushed back to these different roadway sides. But other than that, roadways are pretty bare for those who are traveling here once they get off of work. But for now, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Christian, thank you. We'll check in pretty soon. Turning now to a story we've been tracking all week long. The Moses Lake School District is taking legal action to try to stop the ongoing teacher strike. They say the Superior Court will hear the case. Meanwhile, classes are canceled for a fourth day now. The Education Association and the school district have not agreed on a new contract. On Tuesday, the Education Association gave the district a proposal. The district says they also sent a proposal to the association. The two still disagree on prep time and funding for educational programs. Right now, there's an urgent search in Coeur d'Alene to find 3 people who allegedly stole jewelry from Cisco's gallery. New security footage shows the suspects walking into the store and concealing jewelry in their pockets before leaving. The first suspect is a man in his late 50s to early 60s with gray hair and a heavy build. The second is a man in his mid to late 20s with a shaved face and black hair. The third is a woman in her late 50s with black hair. Anyone with information should call the Coeur d'Alene Police Department at the number right there listed at the bottom of your screen. Well, happening today, the man accused of killing a family friend in his South Hill apartment back in April 2023 is set to be sentenced today. According to court documents, Alvin Gallegos was found in his apartment with multiple stab wounds to his neck and his head. Those documents also revealed close to a week later, Caleb Hulligan's mother, Danae, called police to report that she saw her son kill Gallegos. She says he allegedly sexually assaulted her son when he was 16. Caleb argues his mother actually killed him. She was later sentenced to 8 months in prison for criminal assistance. Caleb faces first-degree murder charges. He's set to be sentenced at 3 today in Spokane County Superior Court. Well, volunteers will be packaging treats to troops later today to bring some holiday cheer to service members. Overseas, they are currently working hard serving our country, and our Laura Papetti is taking a trip up to pick up a special edition for the Treats to Troops boxes.
Just hopping in the car, letting things warm up, getting ready to leave the area of Warden, Washington with dozens and dozens of these. These are handcrafted, hand-crocheted hats that will go in our Treats to Troops boxes, made by Pat Rogers here in Warden, Washington. She is as much a part of our Treats to Troops tradition as anybody. Each year she makes these hats to go in those boxes, and they're sent around the world. Her husband, Bill, is a Korean War veteran, and he is so amazing as well. He has served his country, and now Pat serves hers every year by making something special. So we're so grateful to them. I'm sorry I can't make it back for KREM 2 News at noon, but we will be live tonight in Airway Heights, packaging up the Treats to Troops boxes, or at least the beginning process of it, as we'll be sending dozens, actually hundreds of boxes to men and women from Fairchild Air Force Base who are deployed over the Christmas season. So we will be making sure that these hats go into many of those boxes, along with all the treats that were so generously donated by all of you. So that begins tonight on KREM 2 News at 4 o'clock. I will see you then.